Here's how to have a bulletproof mental game before a big match or tournament, or even just as a career method. You're either going to be a pressure on wrestler or a pressure off wrestler. That is it. So Kobe Bryant, he's kind of a pressure on guy, right? Carter Strachey, Tom and Terry Brands. There's a lot of Olympic level wrestlers, NCAA All-Americans who take this approach. They flood their brain with thoughts of winning, thoughts of scoring, thoughts of being great. Then there's the pressure off. David Taylor says what he learned from Cael Sanderson that worked for him was just to focus on scoring points and having fun. Stephen Abbas was an NCAA champion 3 times. He said he just focused on fun. He just said, I'm just going to have fun out there. He goes, I always force myself to smile before a big match. We call that remind ourselves that we love it. Even the pressure on wrestlers should remind themselves that they love it, obviously. But, so you're either pressure on or pressure off. The key is this. Don't be wishy-washy. Stick with one approach. Stay in your lane. If it's better for you just to say, I'm just going to do my best. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to try to score points. I estimate, this is just an estimate based upon 40 years of doing this and 26 years of doing this full-time as a career, that probably 90% of us are better off doing that. So here's how to know. If you get freaked out when you have a big match and you know your opponent is good, you're probably a pressure off wrestler. And many Olympians and NCAA champs and All-Americans have taken that approach, so it's not a bad thing. Tim Grover, who was the performance coach for Michael Jordan, I read his book, highly recommended. He's a complete pressure on sports site coach. And Michael Jordan paid him a lot of money, and Michael said, I'm not paying you to coach me, I'm paying you not to coach anyone else. But after like 10 years or so, he kind of released him, and he started working with Kobe Bryant and many others, and now he became, Tim Grover. If you like it, I know me, as a wrestler, I have to share some personal experience here because that's what I utilize when I evaluate over the past 30 years of doing this full time. If I had a wrestler who was good, but I know I should beat, that's what bothered me. If I had a really, really good wrestler, I was able to perform better. I'm probably, looking back, was a pressure on wrestler. And when I wrestled best was when I said, I'm here for the gold medal, that's it, nothing less. Some kids, and even adults, if they have a really good opponent, they kind of freak out. Those are pressure off wrestlers. They should focus on the fun and just trying to score points. Dean Hamady won the NCAA title for Oklahoma State this year, and he says the main adjustment that he made psychologically was just focus on scoring the next point. So I feel like probably 80% of us are pressure off wrestlers. And how to know is if you freak out when you have a really good opponent. You just need to focus on scoring points and having fun. And bury yourself there and don't deviate. You can't get good at something when you only do it a little bit. This is my approach. And you're going to lose matches. You're not going to go undefeated the rest of your life. I am sorry, it's not going to happen. So if you lose a match, don't say, well, that didn't work. That's the reason 10% of the people win 90% of the stuff. Only 10% of the people will actually stick to something. Half the people won't do anything. But that's not you because you're watching this. So stick to it. You have got to commit so you get good at it. And if you're like, no, I like to know when I have a really good opponent. And when I have a really good opponent, I generally buckle down and wrestle better. Then guess what? You're a pressure on wrestler. You need to, before a match, flood your mind with thoughts of winning, scoring, being great. Now, you too need to remind yourself that you love it, just like the pressure off wrestler needs to have a little bit of anger, a little bit of, I mean, this is a combat sport, so we both need a little bit of each, but your main approach is going to be one or the other. And stick to it. There is no right or wrong way to do it, but you're probably mostly one or the other. And if you get to be too fun, you got to buckle down and be tough. I mean, be a man, right? And if you're a little bit too locked in and you're too pressure on and you're not enjoying it, make sure you smile a little bit, have a little bit of fun, relax a little bit. So we can go, any personality can go too far off of the deep end. But the foundation of your approach is going to be a pressure off or a pressure on. Carter Starachi, perfect example of pressure on. And he talks about things like, hey, you know what? I'm looking forward to getting my 4th NCAA title. And then next year, I'm looking forward to getting my 5th. But number 4 is next on the calendar. And it's going to be very tough to beat me. Pressure on. And it's worked for him. You can't argue that David Taylor's pressure off approach didn't work for him, because it did. So one or the other. So there's my 2 cents. Hopefully I helped you guys. I always appreciate you guys following us. Good luck to you.